Good morning, everybody. What's going on? It's your boy Hits by Jude, your rhythm architect, your underground frequency dealer. Look, you could call me what you want, but I make hits. Hits by Jude back in the lab where melodies talk and nothing sounds the same. Welcome to the hit system. Yo, y'all see the title today? What we're working on? We're working on energy shaping, drum energy shaping. So my question today is why do some drums sound more alive, right? So I'm gonna get a little bit into some mixing tips, um, or how I get my drums to sound, you know, like alive to make them knock. So I got a Kompa beat, and today right now I'm just gonna focus on the actual drum, the percussion, and the vocals, so we could really hear the differences that's happening along the way as I'm shaping the drums to make them sound more alive. All right, so let's take a listen. Need a friend. You read this from my life and I heard my name. You love it when I listen, never when I speak. Alright. Ooh, you struggled every weekend, go by Tuesday week. You come around for comfort, never for the truth. You leave me with the pieces, acting so uncool. You say that we're connected, never stay to prove. You talk about commitment, never plan to. All right, so first thing I notice is that at the levels. So I'm looking at the levels first, right? So the drums are kind of hitting at zero more so than the vocals. Need a friend. You read this from my life and I heard my name. -3. That's a good. That's a good range. I listen, never when I speak. I like this normalize feature. It brings everything up. Normalize. Need a friend. That way, you read this from my life and I heard my name. I could bring it down from here. I could really get more flexible here and do more with the mixer, because that's where I really want to stay. Need a friend. You read this from my life and I heard my. All right, so first things first, I'm gonna bring in my limiter. All right, this one has a limiter and a compressor all in one, so that's why I like it. So right now the ceiling is at 0, so it's automatic. It's never gonna go over 0 with the ceiling right here. Need a friend. You read this from my life and I heard my. You can see it visually. It's not going over, but I might want it to hit at 0, so I'll bring that up to like 2.5. Need a friend. Bring the gain up to 2.5. Need a friend. You read this from my life and I heard my name. All right, so I want the attack on that not right when it hits, but I want it a few seconds after each kick drop, and I want the release very short, very short. The sustain very short. Need a friend. You read this from my life and I heard. All right, that's the limiter. That now here is where the magic is kind of happening. So I'll bring the threshold not too far down. That's just what this level is, to really focus on any notes that are like falling over this level. I want them to really focus on anything between this space. So that's these. I don't want it to get these little notes in between. They don't have to get louder, right? So about 7.5 is good. All right, and I'll throw my ratio up to 3.5, and then we'll go from there. Attack, the same thing. Kind of give it some room for the compressor to take an effect around like 3 seconds. Let me make sure you guys can see what I'm seeing. In this corner right here, you'll see the numbers come up. All right, so that's 7.5. This is 3.5. Yeah. All right. And I want it to be very short. No release. Barely any release on that. And then the gain is still up at 2.5. Let's hear it.
Need a friend.
I'm going to play the difference, right? You'll be able to see when I turn this on and off. You'll be able to hear the difference.
Need a friend. You read this from my life and I heard my day.
All right. Okay. All right. So I want that to pop a little bit more so we could really hear the difference. All right. Let me see. I'm going to put the gain up just a little bit more and bring the threshold down just a little bit more. The gain increase and the threshold decrease is more like it's like sandwiching it. So you don't want to compress it too much. All right, so around 8, I'm gonna do that. All right, let's hear the difference. You hear the kick hits a little bit harder. All right, yeah, that's good. All right, so I like to throw a compressor on there. What else? Some people like to work with this plugin called Sound Goodizer. But I feel like it's excessive. Let's try it. Let's listen to it. Oof. You hear the difference? It's really knocking. And there's different settings. I think A is the best one. Let's turn that on and off. Yeah, A sounds better.
Need a friend. You read this from my life and I heard my day. You love it when I listen, never when I speak. Ooh, you struggled every weekend, go by Tuesday week. You come around for comfort, never for the truth. You leave me with the pieces, acting so uncool. You say that we're connected, never stay to prove. You talk about commitment, never plan to move. I'm knowing all the waiting, always on your time. I'm cutting off the favors, person out your line. You only show your face when the road is big.
Whew, the drums are popping now, for sure. Jeez, you hear the difference? Let's listen to that.
Need a friend. You read this from my life and I heard my day. You love it when I listen, never when I speak.
There's another aspect to the drums. There's the percussion. So this one, I would do something a little differently with that one. Let's see what we can do with that one. Let's get that on the mixer track. That one I would, cause all right. So what I'll do with that, I'll probably drag this one over. Probably have the same settings as and I would probably use the noise gate to make it more sharp. So I'll play that so you guys can understand. You hear how it's a lot more, but it gets more like staccato, it lowers the excess noise, but it's more natural to have the excess noise, right? But I want to find like a balance. It's too much on the noise gate. It's lowering the release makes it more static, more staccato like. It's chipping through, you know. But when you add some release, it's like it gets a little more smooth. So I'll do like halfway. Gain, that just lowers the excess noise. So this brings it all the way up. So all the noise is it doesn't get lowered. So I lower it. You could kind of hear the excess noise. The threshold just controls like how much of it, like what level, right? All the noise at this level, right? Or all the noise at -35 gets lowered down to by this, right? So this is what lowers the noise that falls within the level over here. So I want the low notes. I don't really want it. If I bring all the way up here, all of this is getting lowered 11 dB, right? All of this, but I just want the lowest notes, like the low, really low background noise that doesn't really matter, right? So let's listen to that. See, all of it is just like anything that peaks over this yellow area, that's all that's coming through. That's too aggressive. All right. Maybe 11 dB is too aggressive. Yeah. Let's hear the difference. Turn it off. You hear a lot of the shaker. It gets a little more tighter. So now with the drums, it has its own place. It sits in the drums a little better, you know?
I'm cutting off the favors, pressing out your line. You only
very subtle, but that's what you want. You want a little bit of subtlety. No need to go crazy and trying to make the drums feel alive. But it does make a big difference when you're hearing the full track. All right, so yeah, use your limiter. You can EQ and stuff like that, but I try not to stay away from that when it comes with like loops like this. I'll only EQ if I'm dealing with the kick separately, the snare, the hi-hat, these things separately. But when you trying to EQ a whole loop track like that, you're asking for trouble, because the kick and the snare and the hi-hat, they all should be EQ'd individually, you know, with their own presets and stuff like that. So I'll show you guys how to do that on another video, but this is what I have for you guys today. And make your drum sound alive. Don't be afraid to experiment with some of the parameters and see what works. But yeah, thank you all for joining. I'll see you guys later on Instagram. Have a great day. Peace.